Ladies and gentlemen, being a man is often defined by society in rigid terms: strength, dominance, and emotional control. From a young age, boys are told to be tough, not to cry, and to always appear strong. But is that what truly defines a man? The world has changed, and so is the understanding of masculinity. Being a man is not about fitting into outdated stereotypes. It is about character, responsibility, and resilience. True masculinity is not about physical power or suppressing emotions. It is about having the strength to face challenges head-on while maintaining integrity and kindness. A real man does not measure his worth by aggression or control, but by the respect he earns through his actions. He does not fear vulnerability because he understands that acknowledging emotions is a sign of maturity, not weakness. Society often confuses masculinity with dominance, but in reality, a man's worth is shown in how he carries himself, how he treats others, and how he responds to adversity. A man does not need to prove his strength by belittling others. Rather, he proves it by standing firm in his values and taking responsibility for his actions. Being a man is not just about who you are physically, it is about who you choose to be in the face of life's trials. The strength is often misunderstood as physical power, but true strength lies in resilience, responsibility, and the ability to stand firm in the face of adversity. A real man is not measured by how much he can lift or how intimidating he appears. He is measured by how well he handles challenges, owns his mistakes, and takes responsibility for his actions. Taking responsibility is one of the greatest marks of a man. It means accepting the consequences of decisions, fulfilling obligations, and being dependable for those who rely on him. A man does not run from difficulties or shift blame onto others. Instead, he faces his problems with courage, knowing that real growth comes from accountability. Whether it is in family, work, or personal relationships, a true man does not make excuses, he finds solutions. Life will test every man in different ways. Failures will come, and setbacks are inevitable. But what defines a man is not how many times he falls, it is how many times he rises again. A man understands that responsibility is not a burden, it is a privilege. The ability to stand firm, take charge of his own life, and be a source of stability for others is what separates a boy from a man. Many believe that being a man means showing no emotion, staying silent in pain, and never revealing vulnerability. Society has long associated masculinity with emotional suppression, but true strength lies in understanding and managing emotions, not in hiding them. A real man is not someone who ignores his feelings, but someone who has the courage to face them, express them wisely, and control them when needed. Emotional maturity is about balance. It is knowing when to stay strong and when to open up, when to fight and when to walk away, when to speak and when to listen. A man who understands his emotions can handle stress better, build stronger relationships, and make wiser decisions. He does not let anger control him, nor does he allow pride to prevent him from apologizing or seeking help. Instead, he remains composed, knowing that true masculinity is about inner stability, not reckless reactions. Ignoring emotions does not make a man stronger. It only builds walls that isolate him from those who care about him. A true man is not afraid to express love, kindness, and even sorrow. He understands that emotions are not weaknesses, but tools that, when managed properly, help him navigate life with wisdom and dignity. The greatest men in history were not those who hid their emotions, but those who mastered them, using them to inspire, lead, and bring positive change. A man's true worth is not measured by his wealth, power, or physical strength, but by his integrity and honor. These are the qualities that define his character, shaping how he treats others and how he conducts himself when no one is watching. A man with integrity stands by his word, honors his commitments, and does what is right even when it is difficult. He does not compromise his values for temporary gain, nor does he deceive others to get ahead. Honor is not about seeking recognition or demanding respect. It is about living in a way that naturally earns it. A man with honor does not betray trust, does not break promises, and does not take advantage of others for his own benefit. He understands that his reputation is built over a lifetime, but can be destroyed in a moment of dishonesty. It is easy to follow the crowd, to bend the truth, or to take shortcuts, but a real man stays true to his principles, even when no one is watching. The world respects those who are genuine, those who stand by their beliefs with confidence and humility. A man of integrity does not seek validation from others because he is secure in his own character. He knows that true strength comes not from deception, but from honesty. not from manipulation, but from fairness. In the end, a man is remembered not for what he had, but for how he lived, whether he stood for what was right, whether he kept his word, and whether he left behind a legacy of trust and honor. A man is often expected to lead, but true leadership is not about control or authority. It is about wisdom, responsibility, and the ability to uplift others. A real man does not demand respect. He earns it through his actions. He does not seek power for his own gain, but uses his strength to guide, protect, and support those around him. Leadership is not about being the loudest voice in the room. It is about setting an example through honesty, hard work, and humility. A true leader knows that his role is not just to command, but to serve. He is someone others can rely on, not because he forces them to, but because he has proven himself to be trustworthy. He does not hesitate to step forward in times of difficulty, not for recognition, but because he understands that responsibility is not a burden, it is a duty. Whether it is in his family, workplace, or community, he takes on challenges with a sense of purpose, ensuring that his presence brings stability rather than chaos. At the same time, a man must also know when to step back and offer support. Being a leader does not mean having all the answers or doing everything alone. It means recognizing the strengths of others, encouraging them, and helping them grow. A real man is not threatened by the success of those around him. Instead, he takes pride in seeing others thrive. Leadership is not about standing above others. It is about standing with them, guiding with wisdom, and making sure that no one is left behind. A man's success is not determined by luck or shortcuts, but by his hard work and discipline. Life does not hand out rewards to those who wait. It rewards those who put in the effort, stay focused, and refuse to give up when things get tough. A real man understands that nothing of value comes easily, and if he wants to achieve something, he must be willing to work for it. Hard work is not just about physical labor. It is about persistence, determination, and the mindset to keep going even when the results are not immediate. Discipline separates those who succeed from those who only dream. A man who lacks discipline will always find excuses, but a man with discipline finds a way. He wakes up early, plans his day, and stays committed to his goals, even when distractions and temptations come his way. He does not wait for motivation because he knows that motivation fades. It is discipline that keeps him moving forward. Whether it is in his career, education, or personal life, a man's ability to stay consistent and dedicated is what ultimately shapes his future. Hard work and discipline are not just about success, they build character. A man who works hard and remains disciplined earns not just wealth, but self-respect. He learns patience, resilience, and the value of true achievement. In a world where many look for shortcuts, the man who stays dedicated, puts in the effort, and remains disciplined will always stand out. His success will not be given to him, it will be earned, and that makes all the difference. Respect is one of the greatest qualities a man can possess, not just for himself, but for others. A true man understands that respect is not something to be demanded, it is something to be given and earned. The way he treats people, regardless of their background, status, or gender, defines his character. Strength is not about overpowering others, it is about uplifting them, showing kindness, and standing firm in his principles without belittling those around him. A man who respects others also commands respect in return. He does not look down on those who are weaker, nor does he take advantage of people who cannot fight back. Instead, he leads with fairness, treating everyone with dignity, and making sure that his words and actions reflect the values he stands for. He knows that respect is not about fear or authority. It is about understanding, patience, and the ability to listen. True respect also means standing up for what is right. A man does not turn a blind eye to injustice or mistreatment. He speaks up when necessary, not to prove his strength, but to show that he values fairness and integrity. The greatest men in history were not those who demanded obedience, but those who inspired others through their respect, wisdom, and kindness. In the end, a man's legacy is not measured by his wealth or power, but by how he treated those around him. A man's journey is not defined by a single moment, but by the choices he makes every day. Being a man is not about meeting society's expectations or proving something to others. It is about becoming the best version of oneself. Strength, responsibility, emotional maturity, integrity, leadership, discipline, and respect are not just qualities to admire, they are principles to live by. A real man is not perfect, but he strives to improve. to learn from his mistakes, and to grow into someone who leaves a positive impact on the world around him. Life will always test a man, pushing him to his limits and challenging his beliefs. But the true test of manhood is not how much he can endure, but how he responds to adversity. A man who stands firm in his values, treats others with dignity, and takes responsibility for his actions will always be respected. He does not seek validation from others because he knows his worth comes from within. At the end of the day, being a man is not about impressing the world. It is about building a life of purpose, integrity, and respect. The greatest men are not those who lived for themselves, but those who inspired others through their character and actions. Every man has the power to choose what kind of legacy he leaves behind, and that choice is made in the way he lives his life every single day.